Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this week's rendition of Speak Your Mind with Larry Cox. So great to have each and every one of you joining us tonight as the audience builds. So let me start by saying hello to everyone who has said hello in the chat so far. If you've not said hello, say hello, share, like the show. Let's build this audience so we can have some robust conversation about things that are happening in Rockdale County and our surrounding area. So, Sam Sky, good. Welcome to the show this evening. Charlotte Gellert, welcome to the show. Linda Ewing, William Campbell, greetings and welcome to the show. Cheryl Garcia, welcome, Cheryl and Ben. Thanks for watching. Vuka Russo, welcome to the show. Mary Boysworth, welcome to the show this evening. Justin Kinney, uh, member of the Rockdale County Board of Education. I think I know you. Thanks for joining the show this evening. Like I said, keep saying hello out there. Let's build this audience. Share and like the show. I think we're going to have some interesting conversation tonight, and I really want as many people as possible to hear what we're talking about because the way that we stay engaged and we know what's going on is by sharing information and getting feedback from you, the residents and the taxpayers and the voters of Rockdale County, so that we all have a good understanding of what's going on. My good friend Donald Ferguson, welcome to the show this evening, Mr. Ferguson, and thank you for joining Speak Your Mind with Larry Cox. But yeah, guys, I mean, that's how we keep the community engaged. That's how we educate ourselves about what's going on in Rockdale County. It's by having robust conversation. It's by engaging one another in dialogue, and we do that with shows like this, Speak Your Mind show, and we do it when we go to town halls and we attend other meetings. It's very important that we as a community stay engaged and keep our voice. Clayton Orwick, great to have you on the show tonight. Cheryl Moulton, great to have you join us tonight on Speak Your Mind with Larry Cox. So I'm just excited. George Kelichek, of the taxpayer. Great to have you. George is one of the citizens who routinely goes and speaks at different events and goes and visits the Capitol and talks to our legislators, and so we can find out what's going on, and comes back and routinely reports those findings to you, the citizens of Rockdale County. So we all are aware of what's going on. So let's talk about some things that are going on in Rockdale County. First, I want to talk about some like fun events that are going to happen in Rockdale County in the next week. Let's start out by tomorrow. Tomorrow in Old Town, we are going to have the St. Patrick's Day Parade, right? So tomorrow at 5 p.m., that will start. So we're going to have that tomorrow starting at 5 p.m., and we will have our St. Patrick's Day festivities in Old Town Conyers. The last couple of years, I think that's been rained out. Weather looks good tomorrow for that parade. I intend on attending. I am planning on attending, bringing my granddaughter tomorrow to the parade. Myself and Beth will be going to that. Beth is feeling really well and wanting to get out a little bit, so we will be there at the parade. So come out, say hi to me. Come out, say hi to Larry Cox, and tell me what I can do to help you. So yeah, I'll be there tomorrow at the parade. Danielle Munoz, welcome to the show from way up north. Beth is doing fantastic, recovering well from the procedure. We're very glad that went well. She had a few little hiccups right after, but she's doing great. So thanks for asking, Danny. CJ, welcome to the show tonight. Pamela Lowry, welcome to the show. So we got that the 4th of July, getting ahead of myself. The, Yeah, it is very important. Most of us acknowledge and we know each other in real life. Thanks for that comment, Clayton. Danny Swan, welcome, Danny Swan. But yeah, the St. Patrick's Day parade tomorrow in Conyers. I'm excited about seeing my friends and neighbors and community members out tomorrow in Old Town. Come out, say hi. Let's have a conversation. Then next weekend, something I really love to do, and it's the Cherry Blossom Festival. It's something that I have made part of my activities in the community for a very long time. So come out tomorrow for the St. Patrick's Day in Old Town, and Saturday and Sunday from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. At the Georgia International Horse Park in Conyers. It will be the Cherry Blossom Festival. The parade is at 5 p.m. tomorrow, Cheryl. 5 p.m. tomorrow in Old Town. And then next Saturday and Sunday, we have the Cherry Blossom Festival from 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. at the Georgia Horse Park. So great. It'll be great to see you guys at St. Patrick's Day parade tomorrow. And then I will be great to see you guys next weekend at the Cherry Blossom Festival. I'll be wandering around, visiting booths, saying hi to everybody. So, come out there. I'll be there. Come out and say hi. Both events. Let's support these local happenings, support our community. So it'll be great. Mary Boysworth is going next Sunday. Marie Weathers says hello. CJ talks about the Cherry Blossom Festival. He can't wait for the spring concerts to begin. And Joy with Power Joy's going to be there with camera in hand, taking pictures. Corliss Turner, welcome to the show tonight, Corliss. Great to have you on the show, Speak Your Mind with Larry Cox tonight. Thanks for joining. I was just telling everybody about the upcoming events, St. Patrick's Day Parade tomorrow, Cherry Blossom Festival next week. We have a lot of things getting ready to happen here in Rockdale County, and I look forward to seeing my friends and neighbors and you guys at those events. Come by, say hello. So what else are we're going to talk about a couple other things that has happened this week. So we have a new fire chief. Mr. Robinson was appointed by the board to be our new fire chief. Thank you, Mr. Robinson, for your service. Thank you for becoming our new chief, and thank you to the board for acting quickly and naming us a new fire chief. He brings plenty of experience and expertise to that position, and we look forward to a long tenure and a successful tenure as fire chief. Then we also the Board of Commission did pass the moratorium on residential building, 180-day moratorium this past week. So that was something that was good. That I believe it gives us an opportunity to just put the brakes on some things and just move forward. Justin Kinney with a grammatical correction here. It's St. Patty's Day, not Patty, and that is correct. It is St. Patty's Day. Thank you, Justin Kinney, for that clarification, so that we're all on the same page tomorrow with St. Patty's Day. Thank you, Justin, for that words of wisdom coming from your direction. Also, if you guys want to serve on some committees, there's some openings that you can apply for. Not only you, but you can let your friends and neighbors know. There's some openings to apply for. You got the KCRB, which is Keep Conyers Rockdale Beautiful Council. They are accepting applications for members to be appointed to that committee. And then also we have the new Rockdale Sewage and Stormwater and the Rockdale Water, Sewage, and Stormwater Advisory Council, and they are accepting applications for that. You can go to the county website and you can apply for both of those committees by going to the county website. And I believe the city also participates in the KRC, KRCB. I believe the city actually appoints, advises a county on 4 of those positions of the 12. So go to the county website and put your applications in to be a member of Keep Conyers Rockdale Beautiful, and also to be on the newly to be formed Rockdale Water, Sewage, and Stormwater Advisory Council. Very important community action items, very important community uh, 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 committees that that is important to serve on. So let's get out there and do that and make that happen. CRB Council, and yes, the city will vote this Wednesday for theirs on it. It's on their agenda. So get out there, put those applications, get involved, and let your voice be heard, and just be involved in your community. Right? There's nothing like community service and community involvement. It goes a long way. Then also some information for you though. We talked about Senate Bill 238 a few weeks ago or so about legislation that was being introduced to expand the Rockdale County Board of Commission from 3 to 5, and it has passed both uh, houses, the Senate and the House, both chambers. So Senate Bill 238 has passed both chambers and will now be awaiting signature of the governor for that to go on the ballot this November for you as voters and citizens of Rockdale County to decide if you want the Rockdale County Board of Commission to expand to 5 members. And that is your decision because this government is your government. Now, elected officials are also citizens, but they don't have the right to dictate, we're going to keep it this way. You've asked for years for the opportunity to be given the chance to vote on expanding the Board of Commission. You are getting that opportunity. This legislation passed the House and the Senate, and it will be moving to the governor's desk for signature. And you will be doing that. And I know everybody wanted districts, CJ. This is the first step. We have our local legislators who have promised, several of them, that they will offer additional legislation to amend this if passed to make it district. So we do one thing then the other. Let's change this form of government. Let's expand this commission, add a county manager, and then let's let our legislators go back to work and amend the legislation and make it by districts at that time, as Mary Boysworth just said, baby steps. So this is a big step in the movement of what we want to happen in Rockdale County. We've been asking this for decades, for at least 2 decades, going on 3 decades. We have asked for the opportunity to expand our commission board. We've asked for that opportunity. I was having a conversation with someone this week, and they said, well, and I mentioned the courthouse administrative complex being a prime example. I believe if we would have had 5 commissioners, we wouldn't have this going on right now. And I said, well, we can't talk about issues from the past. Incorrect. We have to discuss the mistakes made in the past by only having 3 commissioners and pointing out if we would have had 5, we most likely wouldn't be going down the road we are now. We need to point out the mistakes and decisions made by a 3-board commission that I believe that 5 board members would have impacted and made different decisions. And I understand, why some board members may not want 5 people because government might move a little slower. Let me ask you a question. I'm okay with government moving a little slower because government, what they virtually do is spend your and my money. And I would rather them be slower spending my money than quicker spending my money and your money, right? So I want to put Corliss's message up here, and I agree with this wholeheartedly, right? Correct, Larry. It's the first step to changing the government. Any elected official that ignores the vote sends a strong message, Corliss Turner's opinion. So, yeah. So, and we through ballot questions and through town halls, when you go to the town halls and you say, all right, raise your hands if you want this expanded. And if there's 40 people in the room, 35, 38 people say yes. Same thing happens when you say, do you want this but larger at districts? Almost everyone in the room raises their hand and says by district. I want to put what Clayton said. Larry, thank you for standing up for the past failed commissioners. Yes, I mean, and I think it's very important, Clayton, that we acknowledge. When you have more people, well, somebody told me, well, there'll be more people's hands in it. It's harder to get something done. That's what I want. I want more people's hands in it, so it's harder to get something done. So you have to work very hard to obtain a majority of a board to get something done. I'm on a board that's 7 people, and you have to get 4 people to agree to make something happen. Justin Kinney sits on that same board as I do, and he'll let you know point blank that to get 4 people out of 7 to agree on something can sometimes be a task. But I would rather have it that way than having 3 people and just having one person. One person gets another person to go along with them, and a bad idea becomes reality. That's the way I look at it, right? One person has a bad idea, they get one other person to agree with them, and that bad idea matures into reality. So that's where I'm at with that. So I like the idea of 5 commissioners. I've never any of you know my stance on that. My position on that. That I've always stood strong in that. And Justin Kinney just said it's a bit of an effort, but don't you think anything that's doing and it's worthwhile doing, there should be a bit of an effort behind it? CJ Lester, a 5-member board, is checks and balances in a way, and I agree with that 1,000%. CJ, it's a form of checks and balances. And that's what we need to realize. Rockdale County, it's just we need that checks and balances. So that's where I'm coming from, right? I believe that we have an expanded commission, and that's what's going to happen. And I think we start out with getting SB 238 enacted. Our legislators are going to go back next year. They're going to ask to change that from at large to districts, and that's good. Danielle, I want to put your comment up there. Yep, a person has a bad eye and a good friend, and they get the bad eye pass when it's just 3 persons on the board. So I believe that we are going to get what we want. And this is the first step to getting what we want. And I believe, we have to give our legislators the opportunity to accomplish this. And I'm, for one, am willing to give them the opportunity to do that and support them in doing this and hold them accountable if they back out on it. And that's the thing about it. There's always that accountability option. And Rockdale County, let me ask you a question. This past year, didn't you hold local officials accountable in Rockdale County? Didn't you want change to happen at the Board of Commission? Didn't you want change to happen on the Rockdale County School Board? And each board elected 2 individuals to make that happen. The Board of Commission elected Tawanya Smith and Janice Van Ness. Now, the Board of Education also elected two individuals to assure that change occurred. I'm one of those individuals, and Justin Kinney is the other. Because you have to remember, Justin was appointed to that board and had to run to keep that seat because Justin had not been elected. So the citizens of Rockdale County did vote for change on two boards. They voted for change at the Board of Commission by electing Tawanya Smith and Janice Van Ness, and they voted for change at the Rockdale County Board of Education by electing Larry Cox and Justin Kinney. And that's the reality of what you, the voters, have done. And you can send that same message. You know, we're going to approve SB 238 when it's on the ballot in November. You to follow up on what you promised and enter some alternative legislation that gives us what we ultimately wanted. That this is the first step of two, and that we intend to hold ourselves and our elected officials accountable in making sure that that happens. So, I mean, I can see the successes that have happened so far by what you have done at the ballot box in Rockdale County. SB 581 is a prime example of that. If you hadn't elected the four people that you elected, that wouldn't, the Homestead Exemption Act would not have, passed, right? Would not have passed. It would have been opted out on the county. It would have been opted out of the BOE. If the county and the BOE would have opted out, I think the city would have followed suit and opted out. Now we stand in a unique position in Rockdale County of being the only metro county that is fully on board and opted in to 581 to offer tax relief and also to be able to have a sustainable tax model for someone to move into an area and know what you're going to be paying for your taxes moving forward. So I think here in Rockdale County, we're on the move. We're a county that's on the move. We're a county that's showing you can think outside the box and do things differently and it be positive. And that's what I think that you've demanded that. The voters, the citizens of Rockdale County have demanded that Rockdale County be different, that their elected officials behave differently, that their elected officials listen to the constituents. That's what you have done. And it's up to us to keep that moving forward. So thank you. And let's keep this momentum moving forward. Now, since I'm talking and bragging about Rockdale County, folks, I want to talk about this. So Rockdale County Board of Education is doing this little initiative where they've been asking employees and such, and they want to recognize homegrown, right? They want to recognize homegrown Rockdale Countyans who are in the school system in some manner or way or whatever. And they're going to do some sort of recognition of that. They're asking. But you know what? I think we should take that even further than the Rockdale County Board of Education. We should acknowledge Rockdale County's homegrown across the board. If you're Rockdale County homegrown and you work for the city of Conyers, you're Rockdale County homegrown and you work for the county. If you're Rockdale County homegrown and you moved back to Rockdale County to open a business, or if you've come back to Rockdale County to work and bring your family back here after you've been raised, gone to college, or if you went away and you come back, what's the best way to promote and grow a community? It's from within. You know, Georgia's agriculture has got that Georgia grown, right? Rockdale County, Rockdale grown, right? So we need to brag about our also Rockdale County grown. Rockdale County, I'm going to give you a prime example of someone Rockdale County grown. It's on the show tonight. And I mentioned him earlier, and I serve with him on the Board of Education. That's Justin Kinney. Justin Kinney, Rockdale County grown, graduate of Rockdale County public school system, went to college, came back to Rockdale County, opens up a law practice. That's the kind of thing we want. He's got a young family in Rockdale County. His wife's an educator at the school system. 2 young kids going to the Rockdale County school system. Rockdale County grown. And that's what we need to do. We need to make sure we provide an opportunity that our school system is premier school system, not just in Georgia, the United States, but premier. We want to have a premier school system that everyone can be proud of, right? We need Rockdale County to be a place that if you know you work in Rockdale County for the government, if you work for the county, the city, or the Board of Education, that you will be considered for promotions and raises. I mean, promotions and being moved up the ladder, because we want to grow from within. We want to be that community that if you invest in this community, we're going to invest in you. How do you grow a community? You grow it from within. You grow it with pride. That's why I'm proud to have voted and supported Miss Shirley Chesser as the acting school superintendent and soon to be the school superintendent, because Rockdale County grown. She's worked in the Rockdale County school system for 20 years. She had a child graduate from the Rockdale County school system. She lives in Rockdale County. That's what we want. Rockdale grown, right? We want people who have skin in the game, who know, that they know by improving their community, they improve the standard of living for everyone here. And that's what we need to do, right? Okay, Berry Farms. I want to read this. Hold on a second. So I spent 15 years in the fire department, left because I was one of the only ones about born and raised in Rockdale County. So see, Rockdale born, Rockdale Ray. I mean, we need to promote from within. We need to grow from within. Rockdale pride, right? Rockdale pride. That's what we need to do. We have got talent. And this is, I'm not saying we don't hire from outside. Not saying we don't bring people from outside, but that's what we do. When we bring them from outside, let's encourage, we'll bring you here, but let's move to Rockdale County, right? Not only, and then if you come to work for Rockdale County and there's a position opens up, we're going to consider you for that raise or promotion rather than bringing somebody from the outside. That's how we grow a community. Samantha Swaney, Rockdale County High School graduate of 1989. So we've got, one of our own, Rockdale grown, Samantha Swaney, one of our best teachers in Rockdale County. Thank you, Samantha, for everything you do, and thank you for all that. And then I know you're getting ready to have your presentation thing. You don't forget to invite me to watch those youngsters do their presentation, and they may grow up to have a podcast just like me one day. I'm just kidding. Hopefully they'll do it in a little more professional. I mean, this is as good as it gets with me, right? So I'm my own director and producer.